Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, a while. Everyone. So there's been a wedding. We had holidays, like
A lot of holidays.
A lot of stuff has happened.
yeah.
We're deep in the sports.
deep in the sauce. But no. Mhm. What? Okay. It's like, what happened?
We have had a ton of issues with your Discord.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Are we good? Okay, well, cool. We're back. We did 2 things in that time, a very long time ago. So we're going to be going through Waverly Hills, which was in November of 2021, and then through Bobby Mackey's, which was in December, I think, like right before Christmas.
I
Yeah.
think so.
So we'll go through those and show you what we got, and then we have some fun little announcement thingies at the end. So it'll be good.
Yeah, a couple technical hiccups. It was bound to happen.
Yeah. Y'all seen any gnomes lately?
They apparently have a new episode out strictly about gnomes.
Mm,
I don't know.
yeah. It'll be interesting.
And I definitely feel like they had the best experience.
Mm. Yeah.
Best experience in the eyes of an investigator. As a normal citizen, maybe not. Maybe the most frightening experience. But yeah, they definitely got the blunt of the stuff that was going on that night.
Yeah, they definitely got their money's worth.
Yeah, definitely. Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. That's where we listen to them.
Mhm. Mhm.
For us, anyway. yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Ghosts are busy with Josh and Tessa.
Yeah.
Mhm. And that's always like a chance you're gonna take is going to a place multiple times. Like one time, there might be tons of stuff that happen, and then the next time you go, it might be more quiet. Also, another factor in this previous trip that we took, the most current one, there was so many of us separated throughout the building. And with certain groups like Josh and Tessa's experiencing way more things than what we did. That's just a chance you take.
Nature of the beast.
Yep. Yeah. Coveralls, baby.
It was 25 degrees that night.
Yeah. Dear God.
Here we go.
No, it's actually maybe it is Iroquois. It's on the back end of Jefferson Memorial, and then the other back end of Iroquois, like kind of in between there.
I'm listening to the audio of the YouTube video now to see if I can tell.
Yeah.
There is absolutely almost no audio coming from you.
Oh.
No.
Just.
You know, it's actually that didn't come through the YouTube either.
Damn.
You have no audio there.
So weird.
I was gonna say, so one of the things we were gonna try to show you all, which it has been technical nightmare in our house all day. We have a video that we have to run through the capture card and get the cord and everything. But whenever we split up, so Abby, you were with family and friends. Chris, you and Tom kind of stuck together for some of the night, and then I was with two of my other friends that had come with us. We went down. It was us three and Chris went down to the very end of the body chute, like walked all the way down this time. And we got some responses on the EMF reader. We were asking questions and like asking it to step forward or make it go off if it understood, and stop it from going off if it was a no, or however you want to take that. But we got a few responses that were pretty in line with things that we were asking. I do remember it agreeing that its name was also Nick, which was the name of one of our friends that was down there with us. And then whenever we had asked if it wanted us down there, it didn't go off. And then we asked if it wanted us to leave, and it just kept going off over and over again. And we asked it another time, and it kept doing it. So we ended up leaving the body chute, which that is a hike. I don't recommend going to the bottom of it. Maybe do it once. Don't do it again.
And you were at the very bottom.
Yeah. So it was really cool. Because otherwise we hadn't, until we started asking for responses and things like that, we hadn't really received any like spikes or anything that made the EMF reader go off otherwise. Which is also kind of interesting too, because Josh and Tessa with History as Told by Idiots, that's where they got a lot of activity whenever they went as well. They had something that had kind of, like, to a certain degree, had like kind of touched them and pulled on things, and then they actually ended up getting the picture too, with it looked like the mist coming out of the window at the very top. So I think the body chute was pretty active for most everybody that night. So
I mean, they pretty much got chased out.
Yeah.
They did in fact get chased out. Okay, I think I've got it now.
Let's see. I need you to talk.
I will continue talking. This is a technical test for the Waverly Spooky Squad stream. Hopefully that works. I will keep talking and pull up audio in a minute.
You have audio.
I do?
You're so quiet.
I'm quiet?
You are pretty quiet, but it is coming through now.
Okay, what about now? Is that better? I have turned it up.
Yeah.
So I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Then all has been at least fixed. It's weird because we're doing all this work now, and it may not even matter later on once we have announcements. Yeah, Josh and Tessa. You know what? Let me see if I can pull this up. I will have to pull it up on. Can't pull it up. Oh yeah, I can pull it up there.
While he's looking for that, we did have video and audio recordings of our sort of conversation through the EMF detector, but we even had it pulled up, but right before the stream, something went wrong with the storage devices.
Yeah.
And it's gone now.
Yeah, but we do still have the video on the camera, so that'll eventually go on to YouTube once we get all of that figured out. Again, tech has been like a not great thing today, so.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, just look for that. That'll end up probably just on the page. Just says, "Hey, by the way, here's this spooky ass video."
Yep.
I'm digging to find. Actually, it's probably best if I just do History Told by Idiots on Instagram.
It's probably in the Waverly group chat, isn't it?
I think they sent it there.
It may be there.
And before Tom puts up the photo, I vaguely remember like the encounter leading up to this photo, but if you want to go check out their podcast on Waverly, this specific visit to Waverly, they describe everything that they experienced in detail. As far as I remember, it started out with Josh, Tessa's husband, and he had some encounters with like something pulling on the backpack that he was wearing, and he could feel something tugging, and then they felt like they were being charged by something. They were standing closer to the top of the body chute, and they felt, I think, heard something charging towards them up the stairs. So they had actually turned around and started running out of the tunnel. And when they got to the main top, Tessa turned around and started snapping photos really quickly. And Tom, did you find the photo?
I've got the one oh yeah. I was trying to pull up the actual photo from like a bigger one that's not like a photo of their camera that they took that night. But I got it pulled up. So I will go over to that. Let me pull that up here. I'm gonna have to mute that. Okay. Open image in new tab, and then open image in new tab. And pull this separate and bring this separate. Alright. Okay. So, evidence clip. Sorry, I'm pulling it up on Streamlabs. Window capture.
And this is sort of why we were talking about that they had a much better time as far as like ghost hunting goes. Definitely got their money's worth. I mean, you go to a haunted place and you get chased out.
Yeah.
That's your money's worth.
And then get this photo as proof.
All right. So this is the first photo. So they took, if as you've heard us talk about, I'm sure previously, we all, and most paranormal investigators, like to take a series of photos back to back to back to back to back. That way, if you get something in one, you might not get it in another, and it won't. It'll help kind of show you what might actually be a paranormal anomaly or what may not. So this is outside of the body chute. This is the door leading not into the body chute, but leading into the hallway before you get to the body chute. So like it's a separate section of the building. Mm-hmm. This is the first photo. This is immediately after.
Yeah.
So like, go back again.
Yeah.
First photo, immediately after. So something that we have not got to encounter going to Waverly these past two times is a anomaly that a lot of people at Waverly refer to as the creeper. They describe it as just a black mass that will crawl on the walls, the floor, the ceiling, and kind of come at you pretty quickly and try to frighten you in a way. I'm pretty sure that we all are in a consensus that if the creeper is a real thing that exists, this is probably a photo of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it checks out.
Yeah. Very freaky.
Yeah, it's definitely the only piece of photographic evidence I think we caught that night, except I don't have it nearby, but I think a couple of our other friends got a photo of a dog up on the third or the fourth floor, but I don't have it handily available. But this one is definitely the most like, oh yeah, that's real creepy.
That's weird. And it should also be noted, like, so you can't see it in these photos because these are the actual photos, but in the original, when they originally told us about this, they took a photo of their camera screen, and in that photo you can see the timestamp.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Give me a second.
I sent both of those to the group, so they should be able to pull up.
Yeah, I'll pull those up right now.
But as you're about to see, the timestamp is within the same minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are absolutely taken in quick succession, back to back. So.
Yep.
And we originally saw the photos as like in the camera.
Yeah.
So it's not one of those. Sometimes you see photos and it's, oh, is this a thing or
Yep.
is this doctored or what? But
Okay, there we go. All right, so there's the first photo, and this is the photo of the camera. Ignore the memes and the GIFs below. But as you can see, 12:30 or 12:53. So this was just after we had been investigating for what, almost 3 hours at this point.
I think so, because we got there at 9 or somewhere in there.
Right. So that's the first photo. That's the second photo. And honestly, it almost looks better on the photo of the photo.
You can see what appears to be a hand and an arm, and even the bend of a knee. Down at the windowsill.
Do you guys see the face? Do you see the eyes in the mouth? I see the eyes in the mouth in this photo, and that's horrifying.
It's kind of creepy.
It looks like the thing off of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, the one that's in the hallway in the movie.
Yes.
That's what it reminds me of.
100%. And also another thing that, after looking at it a little more, this right here, this is a flashlight. This is the flash of a camera.
Yeah.
There should be nothing that blocks all of this out.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Especially that quickly between the first photo they took and then this one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing should have been there. If something was there, it should have been in the other photo as well.
Yeah.
And even in this photo, you can tell this over here is probably just the light bouncing around and being just a shadow or just a darker corner of the room. But then this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to talk about because it kind of just explains itself in a way.
Yeah. So yeah, it is the creepiest thing that anyone got while we were there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Definitely the creepiest thing that happened that night, especially after you hear their story, which I don't want to repeat it because I'm definitely going to butcher it. So definitely check out their podcast episode on it, and they describe in detail the events leading up to and this happening. Mm-hmm. And it's just that's a spooky story.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I want to have that story. I want to go to one of these places and be this happened, and go surreal, y'all.
That's why it's not going to happen to me and you, Tom. We want it. We want it too bad.
You're right.
Just let it happen.
We gotta get lost in the sauce. But yeah, definitely super creepy. But now we can get into these EVPs.
Rebecca, actually, she is one of our friends that we had invited, and she was in the group with me while we were investigating the whole entire night. And she actually just sent me the photo of the dog that they captured.
Oh,
cool.
Sweet. Send that to the group and I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
Oh, Evan also sent it to me in a Google Drive link. Will the Google Drive link work?
Okay, I sent it to the group.
While we're waiting on that to come up, I would also like to share what might have been the scariest thing to happen to Haley that night.
Oh God, what?
So it was unbeknownst to us, because at first Chris and Tom had went off by themselves. Thought they were on a completely different floor, didn't know they were together. Me and the Amber and Nick that had come with us, we were going down the hallway on the 4th floor, which is usually notorious for this giant, because there's the creeper and then there's this giant all-consuming black mass that comes on the 4th floor too. So we had been walking around, and one of us had because there's toy balls everywhere because everyone brings them for Timmy. We had kicked it, and the ball came back at us. And we just hear this deep, like, hello. So Nick takes off running, Amber takes off running, I take off running after them, and we end up on the 5th floor, terrified, freezing. It's because it's all open air. And neither of these two will answer their phone or answer the group text.
They know what they've done.
We said hello.
I'm thinking we had this massive, like, paranormal thing happen that you, like, hear about in fucking movies. Then come to find out it was just these two. So, but yeah, so that was the scariest, most adrenaline-filling thing that happened to me all night.
So from our perspective, I threw a tennis ball down the hallway, and I could hear them react to the tennis ball. So I said, hello, and then they screamed and ran.
My
Like a
favorite.
Scooby-Doo outtake. These...
Like,
Yeah.
I love the paranormal, I love being scared, but I will run.
Yes.
I'm not gonna hang around.
It was definitely. I almost put that in the list. I have the
Oh
whole.
my God.
I have the whole recording of, because like I was recording the whole time while me and Chris were walking down the hallway doing like mini EVP sessions or whatever, and it's on there. It was just like
Oh my god.
it's the recording of me and Chris going, I think we just killed them. And Chris is like, yeah, probably. And we just kept walking. Oh man. But here's the photo of the dog.
What
And
the dog do?
at first it took me a little bit to like try and find it. So but once you see it, it's kind of hard to unsee it.
Wow, this is already a cursed photo.
Yeah.
Zooming into the photo does nothing.
No.
But it's right here.
Enhance. It's a little snoot.
It's
A little snoot, a little eyeball.
little ears, a snoot. That, you know, the weird thing about this though, it does kind of look like a dog, but it almost looks like this is a human mouth and not a dog's mouth.
Kind of. Where it's like held open.
Mm-hmm.
It also looks like a face and an all-consuming void behind it.
Yep. Yeah, there's.
Whatever it is, it's creepy.
It is
Yeah.
super creepy. I personally don't. It's too defined. Like the closer you get to it, the more it looks like something's there.
Yeah. I think it's the dog, and I think, like, because that was the first time that we went to Waverly, too, and we talked about it in that episode. We got a dog pant on audio, and then we all actually, like, heard it sitting there, too. So, I think it's a dog. It's ghost dogs. Dogs are real in ghost land.
This the squad stands ghost dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Just as
Ghost-
good.
Ghosty good boys.
Ghosty good boys. That's a merch idea. Slap that on a little dog bandana.
Dear God.
Ghosty good boys. They're just ghosty boys.
Ghosty boys. All right, let me pull up this itinerary of EVPs. So this one is this recording at 1:53. Okay, so this was when me, Abby, and our friend group of Evan and Rebecca, and Brittany were upstairs in the elevator room where we got the dog pant. We did an EVP session in there, and I don't know at what time I asked the question, so I'll just play a little bit of it. But you're gonna hear me ask, did you fall or were you pushed? And then tell me if you guys hear anything after that. So I'm going to play that, and let's see. Tell me if you guys... Oh, man, it's going to be weird because you all are not going to be able to hear it.
Not immediately.
Not immediately, so yeah, it'll be a little bit delayed. But... And also, if anybody watching, if you guys hear anything too, like, let us know. If you see anything in any of the photos, if you hear anything in any of the EVP clips that we don't pick up on, it's like, don't be afraid. Post it in the comments or post it in the chat. We definitely want to engage with you guys, and you know, if we miss something, we're human, so definitely want to know.
Shout at it. Shout at your screen. Let us know.
Yeah, yell at it. Get mad. All right, here we go.
See if they want to go to like if they want to get in front of
Good to know. Do you? That was strong.
Do you all want to go on down? How far down? Sorry, that's the wrong. That's 69, not 60.
I was gonna bring Dad's.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry, I was playing the wrong one. That's
Nice.
another one that we're gonna get to.
I didn't hear anything, actually.
Yeah, no, that one. I didn't edit these down, so that timestamp was totally wrong. This is just more technical difficulties. All right, here we go.
Give me a sec. I want to make sure I didn't get so.
Ooh.
More technical difficulties. For some reason, that's not. It's still not right.
It's timestamped for that though?
Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
Was it changed by a ghostly apparition?
Maybe.
Stopping you
No.
from truth?
Give me a moment. I will figure this out. You're gonna hear a bunch of random audio clips, I'm sure.
Oh Lord.
But we can go in here and try and play with them.
No, that's the whenever we were doing Timmy. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
What is the context of this while you're looking for it? What is this thing?
That's when we were doing an EVP session in the room behind the elevator. The same room that we got the dog panting the first time we went. We were trying to talk to the homeless man.
Gotcha.
Second, I was gonna bring Dad's viewfinder.
Well, while he's looking for that, this would be a good time to plug our new Patreon page to help us with further technical difficulties in the future. Yeah. We haven't figured out what our levels are going to look like yet. So if you all are interested in something like that, which there's another announcement towards the end that might change how you look at that. But if you have any ideas or things that you all specifically would like or be interested in to see on Patreon or to see from us, let us know. You can DM us on Instagram. You can message us on Facebook. You can comment on YouTube. You can comment on all of those as well. We're also going to try to get more on TikTok. So you can also share, duet, all that fun stuff and comment on there too. But we will drop the Patreon link once all that is kind of finalized and set up a little better. And then we'll change our link tree and everything too, so it'll all be available on our page. But just let us know kind of what you all would like to get in return, because we're new to this part of it
Sure.
too. So just let us know.
And let all these technical difficulties stand to say at least one thing. If you ever thought that we were overproduced, if you ever thought that we were faking any of this, let it be known that there's no way in hell. Oh, Wish I Could Fly 11. Thank you for that subscribe. Holy crap.
Thank you.
I promise
thanks.
to produce more content for YouTube. I promise.
Yeah.
Give me a sec.
That's still... I'm gonna fight this. I don't understand. Let me see if the other ones are right. Otherwise, this is gonna be an interesting time.
Oh man.
Okay. Sorry to say. Alright. But Timmy is a child spirit who... So Timmy? Behind us. 0539. And in these rooms are... Sorry, this is me just filtering through to make sure I find this.
Also, while he's doing that too, we are slowly but surely working on what the rest of our year is going to look like investigation-wise. So if you all have anywhere that you know of that's kind of off the beaten path, that's not like Waverly, everybody knows Waverly. If you have anything near you that's kind of cool that you would like us to look into, or thank you, Zach, for subscribing.
What?
What?
So many subscribes.
So man. But yeah, so just let us know if there's anything you all want us to investigate, anything you all want to hear about. We're open to talking about cryptids if that's what you all want to hear, or urban legends or anything. So just shoot us a message on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Send us a carrier pigeon. We'll get it maybe eventually. But we'll look into it and hopefully add it onto our list.
Please send us a carrier pigeon. It'll give me an excuse to get a bird feeder. Okay, so I think I figured it out. I think I've just... The way that they're labeled on the computer and the way that they're labeled on the thing are too off. So I think I've got it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's find out.
You wanna start recording?
Yeah, I'm recording right now.
We're in the room behind the elevator shaft.
Yep, okay. Yep. I did it. It only took trial and error, but I got it figured out.
What?
I work in IT, I promise. Alright, here we go. Alright, so since that was way forever ago, here's some more context. Room behind the elevator shaft doing an EVP session. You're gonna hear me ask, did you fall or were you pushed? And then let me know if you hear something after. Did you fall down the elevator shaft? Or did someone push you? Did somebody just whisper? Okay. Did it go through? I was waiting for the delay and for you guys to be able to hear it.
I mean, I heard the question, but I didn't hear anything afterwards.
Oh, Haley, your video's gone. We've lost Haley's video.
Oh no.
We also can't hear her. Her Discord has died. Alright, ghosts, if you're messing with all the technology today, I'm not okay with that. I don't vibe with it. Yeah, it's still not showing anything.
She's trying to get back on.
Yeah, she's doing the old disconnect, reconnect.
May have to just hard restart Discord.
She had to do that earlier too.
But it's a little bit after the question. So it's going to be between, like, actually, here, let me do this. So you can know when to listen for it. It's going to be, I'll put it on the screen so you guys can all see it. So it's going to be at 1 minute and 53 seconds. I'm not going to say what it says or if it says anything or, you know, what the context is, but here's the time. So when that's at 1:53, that's when it happens.
Okay. I think Chris is gonna go help Haley.
Oh, okay. Well, then I can wait.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make a little card.
What do you mean?
About that says we're experiencing technical difficulties. But did anyone else hear anything in the chat? It's a lot easier when you're listening to it on headphones. Keep that in mind, because it is a whisper. That's the most I'll say.
You just played it again. I didn't hear it.
No, I was waiting on you to get back.
Uh-huh.
No? Cool. I'll Spicy Granola, thank you for that subscription. Holy crap. That's 3. We got 3 today.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't really hear anything. It's fair. I can play it again once everybody's back. And
Haley's back.
hello.
Hello.
Okay, so listen again.
Sorry.
You're fine. This is again. Don't ever let anyone say that we're overproduced. So yeah, it's gonna happen at the minute and 40-second mark. Spicy Granola, I really enjoy your videos. Well, thank you. We appreciate that. We will be trying to have more YouTube content in the future. Especially the near future. I've got a few ideas rattling around the old brain that I want to try. But here it is. 1 minute 40 is when I'm going to start asking the question. Then 1 minute 53 is when the thing that I heard while listening to it happens. So,
All right, let's hear this.
did you fall down the elevator shaft, or did someone push you? Did somebody just whisper?
No.
Did you fall
No,
down the
I can't
elevator
hear
shaft?
anything.
Or did someone push you?
The only thing that I really hear is it sounds like not a whistle or something, but it's like a shh. But that's like all I can hear.
Right. So, what I think, and I'm kind of like on the boat with Evan. I don't know if it's just me listening for an answer. But that's the only thing that stood out. At 1 minute 53, it sounds like it's something says either psh or push, but I don't know because it's kind of drawn out. But it is very faint. It's definitely
Yeah,
something
very low.
I'll send you, like, after this whole thing is over and I get all this edited down, I'll clip all the EVPs. I'll enhance the audio on each of them, so like I'll just basically turn up the gain so you can hear everything. Enhance. And I'll post it in a YouTube video. That's what I'll do. That'll be the next YouTube video. It'll just be all of these EVPs bundled together plus the video content from earlier.
That'll also be nice so people can go back and re-listen, and if they hear anything extra that we maybe didn't catch, or if they interpret something differently than what we did, we can compare and go back and listen.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Let me pull up the other one. So now that I know that this is the case, so we're in this one. This is just something that happens. It's not an EVP to listen for. You should be able to hear exactly what happens in the audio clip. But we are in the room across the hall from that, and the room across the hall is like one of the patient rooms, and it goes into like the atrium, the little sun area where they would wheel patients out. We're all standing on one side of the room. We have set up the REM pod in the center of the room. Nobody is standing next to it or near it. And then this happens.
For us to talk.
Hey, just checking in with everybody. How's it going?
We're having good times in the morgue.
Thanks for setting that off. Can you try to do that again for us?
I also love how it stops exactly before Chris responds on the walkie.
That's because we use the walkies around it all the time too, and we've never had it go off like that.
No.
And we're not anywhere near the guy here. He's like, you can see this mess behind you. The red pod is like where that red hat is. We are standing dry.
I actually think I have a video of it on my gimbal, so we can also post that later. Just to show the distance that we were at that time.
Red pod is that's around it. It's kind of like a sensor. Get louder and louder. Either way, and also detect temperature changes of 3 degrees either higher or lower. Set it up in a room. It takes effect as creating temperature. When you set it up and turn it on, it'll start doing this is what it should be. And then after everything's in it's yeah, it's weird that
Mm-hmm.
I mean, actually, if you look back at our first video, we had video footage of a pod actually doing exactly what happened, except that was now the rest of them are awesome, but this one is a for patient. I am not sure what this is.
It's way harder to hear in this one. Might have to enhance the audio on this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one didn't work either. That may not be anything. Again, I was just going through these and timestamping anything that sounded out of the ordinary or off, or things that I thought might be paranormal. But in the background on that one, when I was listening to it, it sounded kind of like it was coming from down the hallway, because we were at in the patient rooms that were near the surgical area. Do you remember, Abby, on the 4th floor?
Yeah.
And it sounded like something like, not necessarily growling, but that's the closest thing I could describe it as, like from down the hall, but it very well could have just been nothing.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
definitely didn't hear anything on that one.
It's okay. There's... I don't know if you might be able to hear this one. It's high pitched on this one, so maybe. Hold up. Did you hear that? Oh, that's weird. The file that I was just about to talk about is corrupted.
Ooh.
I hate this. It's not paranormal. It's just stupid tech problems.
Yeah.
But it's spooky.
It is spooky. It's atmospheric, at least. Anyway, it was supposed to be a door creaking. It was supposed to be really cool, but it wasn't. You didn't get to hear it. Chris, this is the one that I reminded you of, and you're like, I totally forgot about any of that. 2526.
What was that you reminded me of?
So when me and you were together on the 4th floor, and we were close to the stairwell, we heard like footsteps that were, because we knew that Nick, Haley, and Amber were on the other end below us on the 3rd floor, but we heard somebody walking above us, which is just the 5th floor. And it sounded like it walked right past us, and you guys will hear it in this, but we were just like we both audibly go, did you hear that? It wasn't something we just caught on EVP. We heard it happen too. Which is weird because we had a very similar experience the first time that we went.
We did.
2526. This is a lot of audio because it's going to be a combination of knocking and footsteps and me and Chris just trying to figure out what exactly is going on. So it's going to be 2 minutes of audio. Haley. I don't know. Did you hear that? Yeah. I turned around so fast. Can you do that again? Can you make some more noise?
Whatever noise that was you made, can you do it again?
I hear people talking, but I think it's on a different floor. You hear that?
I kind of
For a
heard
second,
something.
it kind of sounded like heels on the floor.
Okay.
Mhm.
the first one, like as soon as the recording starts, I heard like 2 scuffs, like boots or just, I don't know.
So the scuffing is me and Chris.
But I heard something, and then immediately Chris, like you can hear him like turn around really fast, and he comments on how fast he turns around. The
So right
second
there at
thing
the
I
beginning.
heard was the heels, and it sounded like distant, like down the hall.
Yeah.
I
There
remember the hills.
at the main end of it, because me and Chris are like sitting there, as you can hear, like us trying to figure out what's going on. But as we're sitting there, it straight up sounds, because we're on opposite ends of the hallway. Chris is on the hallway closest to the atrium rooms and the sunrooms, and I'm closest to the like stairwell, the inner part of the hallway. And it sounds like it straight up just walks right past us. It was so loud when we heard it.
I do remember this now. It was so loud. It sounded like somebody walked past us in heels. Sort of like the boots the first time we went.
Mm-hmm.
We had the exact same thing happen.
Yep.
But
And it's weird too, because and you can hear us. Yeah, I can replay the parts we're talking about again. You can hear us scuff as we turn around and we move, and then you hear us walk away, and you can hear the dirt under our shoes like going as we go. In the footsteps, that sounds like heels. You don't hear anything like that. It's just straight up the footsteps.
It almost sounds like clean floor.
Yep. So let me see. That was it's most prominent.
Actually, the thing that I think you all commented on the first trip we took, when you heard boots behind you, it was not mimicking the sound that your all shoes was making. Like with the dirt and dust under your feet, it sounded like on clean concrete.
All right, so I'm going to replay the parts again. Just listen close. It's going to sound basically like Hills walking. I'll even pull this up and pull up play in a mini player. Is that going to work? Yes. Oh, it's not going to show the... There we go. So the timestamp is going to be... It's going to be right here. So it's going to be at 26:56 to 27:20 is when... Actually, I'll just play the whole thing here. So it happens 3 different times, but it gets... The longer it goes on, the louder it gets. But it's 26:25 is when it starts, and it ends at 27:20.
Whatever noise that was you made, can you do it again?
I hear people talking, but I think it's on a different floor. You hear that?
Yeah, absolutely heard
Yeah.
it that time.
You can definitely hear it, like, even before. Like, it's very distant, it's very faint, and only, like, 1 or 2 together. And then there's, like, 6 of them together at the end, and it's way more loud.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because...
And
it's
for
hard...
reference, it's 25 degrees. We're all in bibs and thermals. None of us are wearing high heels.
The closest thing that we have to that is tennis shoes.
We're all in tennis shoes or winter boots.
Yeah, no hard like steel-toed boots or anything, or combat boots or anything like that either.
Mm-mm.
Actually, I was wearing combat boots, but
Those aren't clacky.
They're not clacky, but you can also hear my steps. It has that grainy
Yeah.
sound because there's dirt and grime between my boot and the floor, and like when that, I can hear me or Tom turn around. I think that was me turning around so quick, and you can just hear like the sand and dirt and grime underneath our shoes versus those heels were just like clean sounding.
Well, here, just to even further it, like, we walk away after this. So here's what it sounds like as we walk away. So this is what it's going to sound like when anybody is walking anywhere near us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as we move, you can hear us kick the dirt. Like, it definitely sounds like we're walking, but it doesn't. You definitely get the sandpapery sound.
Yep.
The scary part that made us turn around so quickly, you can't necessarily hear it in this because of just it's not the like straight file to like coming from the voice recorder, so it doesn't automatically like enhance the levels and stuff on it. But when I was listening to it, the reason we turn around so quick is we hear it running at us. It's like 6 really quick steps, and then we, either you or me, just like turn around immediately. It's weird because it doesn't sound like heels when it's running toward us. It sounds like thud. It is real spooky. That's probably the best like EVP audio of oh lord, what's it called? Residual audio that we've ever gotten. I would say.
Like a nurse just doing her like normal rounds, checking on patients.
And for those of you who just joined, I'll play this one more time because this one is super cool, and I'm really glad that you guys are engaging in the chat. This is fun because we're all like experiencing it together. I love it. So I want to make sure that everybody gets to hear it. But this is when it starts, 2656. And you're going to hear what sounds like heels. You hear that?
Yeah. You can hear that the whole time too.
Okay, on to the next one. I'm glad we got that. I'm glad. What is it with us in the 4th floor and hearing people walking around?
I don't know, because it happened last time. Because we heard what sounded. It did last time we went. It didn't sound like high heels. It sounded like boots, specifically. Because I was even able to recreate the sound with boots.
Yep. Let's see. Okay, this is when we were all together. Abby, I think you were. Abby was still with Evan and Rebecca and Brittany. I think you guys were down on the 1st floor, maybe. This was right after we met back up with Haley, Amber, and Nick, Chris. And I mean, you're gonna hear us talk about it, and you're gonna hear us describing what happened. Unfortunately, I didn't get the first one on audio, but we had 2 doors slam on separate floors. We didn't see them, but we definitely heard it. And you're going to hear one of them slam, and then you're going to hear us test the door in this audio. But you're going to hear us talking about a door slamming in this that happened before this incident.
We took off after it like Scooby-Doo fucking people. What was that?
Yeah, if a door slams in Waverly and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? That was a dumb joke, I'm sorry. 5:27. Okay.
Well, because here's the thing. It makes this light up. That's true. And this is always, because they go down to the corner, and you look down this hallway, and this is the square you see.
That's true. Oh, wait, this is... Sorry. This is the... That's the one where we scared the crap out of them.
Where we threw the ball.
There we go.
Did y'all hear a door close?
Yeah.
Just now?
Yeah.
No.
No, not just now. Sorry.
Whenever we all heard.
Whenever we heard the sound. Yeah, I don't think anybody. We're on 3, right? Take the other stairwell.
I have no
To
idea.
go down to 1.
I have no idea.
To go down to 1, you can take this one, I think. There's somebody down here?
I'll play that one again.
To go down to 1.
Did the door slam on that one? I didn't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Take this one, I think.
Happens at 5:29.
You can take this one, I think. There's somebody down here?
Yeah, it sounds like down the hall from you all.
Yeah. It's a little hard to hear in this particular audio, I think.
Yeah, I'll play the full like 10 seconds of it. But it's immediately like you hear us all stop. Like you hear us about face and just like be quiet. And that's when Chris says somebody down here. So I'll play it again and then I'll mute myself so maybe you guys can hear it a little better.
Go down to 1.
I have no idea.
To go down to 1, you can take this one, I think. There's somebody down here?
Yeah, I definitely heard it that time.
Mm-hmm.
We go down. Where we think that is. This is us.
Or something moving, nicely moving across the floor.
Yeah.
Maybe like this door.
It could be the door we just passed.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Wasn't that door really heavy, if I remember correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's like what,
Oh, jeez.
and it sounds just like that.
There, sorry, I fixed it. It's you. The door is really heavy. It's you trying to pull it twice, is what I was saying. Sorry, I still had my mic muted from whenever I was letting you guys listen. But this is. I'll play the sound again. I remember hearing the door on another floor. Okay, so Evan also can corroborate. So Evan remembered hearing that as well. Okay, that makes it even better.
It does. That door slammed. I remember that. Like, I definitely remember that.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to recreate the sound. There was no way to do so. Yeah, we couldn't open this door. It took us a little bit. We had to. It didn't open. You had to like slide it open, so it like scrapes against the concrete and the dirt and everything. But this is what it sounded like when we were testing it.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And then this is what it sounds like when we heard it the first time.
To go down to 1, you can take this one, I think. Is there somebody down here?
It's just so hard to hear with this particular audio because you can hear our footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many of you.
Yeah, and I think it's drowned out. It's like right between like two footsteps, and you can just hear it. So it's hard to be like, yeah, that's the same exact sound.
Yeah.
Right. But we all know that when we were there, we definitely heard the door slam twice. And you can
I know what I
definitely
heard.
tell I mean, we can also say that. I mean, the audio makes it apparent that we stopped and thought that somebody was here with us.
Mm-hmm.
Like on the floor, either trying, just trying to get in a room or something. So definitely super weird. I only have one more EVP, and this one is going to be 3 from this, so it's going to be 71. Me, Abby, Evan, Rebecca, and Brittany are about halfway down the body chute for this one. As you guys know, but maybe some other people don't, there's no wind or any outside sources in the body chute. They sealed the bottom of it off a while back when people were starting to break in and vandalize and stuff. And it's separated from the main building by a hallway that you saw in Josh and Tessa's photo, and another door that is it's a kind of like a gate, but there's no like open windows or anything in there. It's literally an underground tunnel. You can tell from some of this audio that nothing should be making sound because we're all being quiet. You should hear us when we ask questions for the EVP session, but that's it. But this is kind of what you should expect to hear in the body chute. So empty void. That's what it should sound like.
Mhm.
This happens at 1:50.
So, for those who might have missed it, because I only caught it because I cranked my volume all the way to 100 every time Tom plays a clip, it is just an audio disturbance. Like almost like you put the microphone, you're holding it like in a breeze is what it sounds like.
Yeah, there's no like voice or sound necessarily. It's just, it sounds like air
Yeah.
But it's weird
disturbing the mic.
because if it was a breeze or if it was the wind, it would be consistent. But it gets real loud, real quick, and then it fades off into nothing and goes back to quiet again.
I also have another alternative suggestion. Instead of holding it in a breeze, it could also be something touching the microphone.
True. It's definitely something messing with it because Haley, Chris, and I and Abby have all, whenever we used to use the voice recorders, we would plug in a pair of headphones and we would plug it directly into the microphone. This is how the voice recorder that we use works. It's a little simple Zoom voice recorder. We plug it into the headphone jack here. Haley has a windsock for hers. I don't have a windsock for mine.
So that's the thing, though, because you took because I have two of them, and you were using one because it was so windy that night. So in theory, there shouldn't have been a noise like that got through.
That's a good point. I totally
Even if there
forgot
is
about that.
like, even if there is like a breeze that we're in, the cover should eliminate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially something gentle. If it was a heavy breeze, because there are points in the night when the wind is like howling, you can tell on the microphone that it's howling because it is. You cannot listen to it at all.
But again, we're not on one of the upper levels that have like the breezeways that are completely open windows. We're underground.
Yeah.
Yep.
Another good point, though. If there's a windsock on it, if you have a windsock on a microphone, and you rub your finger across the windsock, it exactly picks that up.
It's true.
True.
However, the windsock and the microphone were strapped to the digital camera via mount. My hand was nowhere near the voice recorder. It was on the camera because I was holding the camera like this, and the voice recorder is attached to the camera.
It's not Tom's finger. Whose finger was it?
No,
Who was finger?
Who was
finger?
a ghostly finger.
I'll play it one more time since this is the last like audio clip that we have from Waverly for this investigation anyway.
See, I don't think it sounds like a finger. Like, it does kind of sound like either something rumbling or, like, I don't know. It just doesn't sound like somebody going, like, this across the top of it.
Something like this. It's ASMR from the ghosts.
Dear God.
They're trying to tell us. They're trying to tell us something.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
I do like the idea of who was finger on a t-shirt, though.
Is it just like a skeletal finger?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Excellent. So yeah, that is all the audio that I got from Waverly Hills. Definitely some interesting stuff. A bunch of stuff that you guys couldn't hear. Hey, let's go. But I think that makes it better. I think it makes the stuff that we did catch that other people heard, including the people that are watching, more compelling and more, I don't want to say legitimate, but more likely to be paranormal. Or something unexplainable. Instead of just audio pareidolia. Which is a term that I have learned now.
Wow, big words from Tom.
Big words.
But we have no audio because our audio was here and it is it's now blank. So
The ghosts causing all of the technical issues.
They're causing some of them, at least. Christopher, if you're still here from the freaking library, I need you to stop messing with our shit. It's not cool.
Get the fuck out or pay rent.
Yeah,
Please.
seriously, freeloader. God.
ask
Party
glass.
gas.
Let's go.
But that brings us to our next location. Oh, I guess should we wrap up Waverly Hills this time with a is it haunted or not?
Sure. For posterity.
For posterity.
Sure.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second before we haunted or not.
Oh God.
I gotta pull up the photo one more time.
Photo. What photo is he talking about?
This photo. Is Waverly Hills haunted or not? I don't know. Look at that photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
Pay no attention to the spooky ghost with a giant gaping mouth, 2 eyes, an outstretched arm, and a hunched back.
Could
My
be
mind
haunted.
has not changed. It is haunted.
Yeah.
Could be haunted. Yeah,
Could
might
be.
Could be.
It's definitely weird.
Evan, yeah?
But yeah, love Waverly. It's always a fun place to investigate. I don't know when we're going to be going back though, because it's we just got real lucky with the timing when we got to go this time. So we shall see. I'm not
It's
saying
also a
never.
little on the expensive side.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
see. Here's the thing: we've done Waverly twice now. For the same price, we could go to other places that are on our travel list, like Trans-Allegheny,
Yes.
which, shameless plug, if you want us to go to Trans-Allegheny, we need some bread. Become patrons.
Oh God.
Alright, I guess that brings us to our next place. Oh man, we can't. I wanted to play an audio clip, but I'm afraid of copyright
can't.
strike. I'm afraid we're gonna.
We'll get taken down.
Dang it.
Oh man. Well, let's say shameless plug for the song because it's a fucking bop.
Right?
Look up Johanna by Bobby Mackey. It really scratches that like 90s country itch. Like it is so good.
I think that we should do a Johanna acapella at the end of this as our outro.
As our outro.
As the outro.
Dear God.
Abby's gonna be fucking. She's gonna be hysterically laughing as I just go, Johanna, Johanna.
Yes, I will.
Oh God. Or we could do the dramatic redneck reading of Johanna, like we did with
Johanna, Johanna.
Script for the Witch.
Yeah,
Where are you now? Could it be?
We'll film that. We'll film that in the car on the next road trip. You'll hear the road noise. It'll be very authentic.
Yeah.
very pathetic.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably just one day there's going to be a drunk clip of me on the way back from a ghost hunt, and I'm just going to be fucking all in on Bobby Mackey's Johanna for no reason.
Oh God.
Let me change images.
Which,
So-
by the way, if y'all haven't picked up what we're laying down, we also went to Bobby Mackey's.
Yeah. But no, we went to Bobby Mackey's in December. We went again with the history as told by Idiots crew. If you can't tell, we really like ghost hunting with them. They're perfect. We love them. Go listen to them. But we went
Tell them
back
we
in.
sent you.
Yeah, tell them we sent you. You get a discount. Not really, but just say that.
Get
Be
a
a
discount on
total-
free podcast.
Be a total
Yeah.
Karen about it, please.
Yeah,
I
it's free
just
99.
I just want to hear what Josh and Tessa have to say. There's not a good... You know what? Bobby Mackey's PR team. There's not a good photo of your bar on the entirety of the internet, so we're going to settle for the railroad track photo, because that's the only thing we got.
About the one we
idea.
took.
I have a one of the front. Hold on. I don't know that it's really any better, but I'll send it to you.
The infirmary in Williamson is, or the, you mean hospital on College Hill? That's on our list too. I don't know. While Haley's finding that photo, do you have it?
Yeah, I just sent it. It's working on it.
Cool. Passion Project. West Virginia road trip. Film a documentary about it. Do the whole
That's the
shebang.
goal.
Take a month off work, hit every haunted spot in West Virginia.
You don't even need a month. You just need 2 weeks. That's all you need.
Well, if we're doing a whole trip, we're also hitting the Mothman Festival.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I guess that's fair. It'd be a good
I
place
need
to get
the-
B-roll.
Yeah, I need the Mothman pizza. Like,
It was good.
It was
Yeah.
It was surprisingly good.
oh man.
It
I have
wasn't,
one.
It wasn't a gimmick.
I have wanted to eat that Mothman pizza ever since I saw the Ghoulie boys eat it.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. It's going to work out.
It will. I just got to reposition. Yeah.
It's got it blown up times 500.
the guinea pigs are sweeping for Bobby Mackey.
They also.
I love Bobby Mackey.
Yeah. They know about
also,
Johanna.
Johanna's a bop! Abby doesn't think Johanna's a bop.
I think I just need
Shameful.
to give it. I know. I think I just need to give it some more time.
I still
I
don't know
need
if
to
I
give
listened
it.
to
Okay, Chris is the one out here.
So, Bobby Mackey's Music World is a dive bar in...
Emphasis on the dive.
Emphasis on dive.
Dive.
It is a
Dive
dive
of all
bar
dives.
in... It's not Florence, is it? It's...
No.
It's outside of Newport, right?
Where it is exactly.
Yeah. Wilder, Kentucky.
Wilder. That's... How did we not
It's in
know?
the
It's in the song. It's
Damn
in the
it.
song. We're
In
over
your
here...
beloved song, Tom.
We're over here shilling for Johanna, and we forgot that it's in a little town of
Straight up
Wilder.
forgot the words. Yeah.
We did. Made extremely famous by literally every freaking ghost show on the entire planet. It's in our backyard. It's like a 2-hour drive, if that. It's made famous by the portal to hell, the exorcism that occurred in the what is now just a section of the bar. You can eat at the table. We sat where they sat. I wouldn't recommend eating anything there, though.
No.
As you will probably learn, and we'll go ahead and say it up front, how do we feel about Bobby Mackey's Music World, everybody?
Would not pay what we paid to go back. I'll put it that way.
And we split it with 7 people.
I would not go there if it was not ghost hunting for free.
Right. On that front, I would go back to Ghost Hunt if it was free.
Okay, yeah, I would do that.
That's the only way
It's
I would.
the coolest part about Bobby Mackey's is that it's literally built on top of another house.
Yeah,
Coolest thing.
yeah.
This little
I had
bar
no
has
idea.
seen... It's
No
got a
one
lot
ever
of
mentions
history.
that.
Like, it's really cool for the historical aspect. And, you know, I don't know if Josh and Tessa are going to do an episode on it, but Josh, Tessa, if you guys watch this, an episode on Bobby Mackey's would be really cool. Not necessarily, like, a full episode, but, like, a little, like, side story. A little side plot.
Well, mini-sode.
Because it is really cool, like, how the building transitioned over time. And you can definitely tell because that building is ancient and it is disgusting. And it is really...
Patchwork.
It's a lot of patchwork. And when I say that this building is built on top of another building, I straight up mean there is another house underneath it that is the foundation for the house that's the bar.
Like the outside walls. You walk into the basement, and to the right, you see an exterior wall of a house.
Yeah.
With a
And
window.
they're actively used as support to the structure of Bobby Mackey's, the bar above.
Honestly, the
A little-
wildest and spookiest thing about Bobby Mackey's is that it has not been shut down by the health department.
Exactly.
There was
I
a
wasn't gonna say
raccoon
it.
trap. There was a raccoon trap on the
Chris.
back of the bar.
Yes.
Not like a it's like, oh, this is just decoration. No, it had bait in it. It was a raccoon trap on the inside of the bar.
Yep.
On the bar, the counter where they make your drinks.
Yep. But and I've met people who's like
I wish
that
we were making
adds
this.
to the charm, but I'm not one of those people.
Shout out to the best dive bar in Louisville, Mag Bar. Mag Bar's gross. It ain't Bobby Mackey's gross.
Magbar is like active dive bar gross, not how the hell are you open?
I sent a picture of the raccoon trap.
We're not making this up.
Can I change the background photo from the Bobby Mackey photo to the
Please
actual raccoon
do.
trap? I'm waiting for it to load.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, no, this is a way better photo anyway because it has our laser grid in the back. Let's go. For those of you
Hunting
still,
with wildlife.
for those of you still with, yeah, we didn't ghost hunt. We were hunting for raccoons.
Yeah, there were so many things at Bobby Mackey's that just blew my mind that had nothing to do with the paranormal.
Mhm.
The fire
Yeah.
escape was nailed shut.
Yes.
There was a section of the building that was just above the bar that was closed off due to extreme amount of asbestos and like
I'm sacrificing the cool background effect just so everyone can see the full photo of the raccoon trap.
There she is.
The real selling point is that the raccoon trap is directly in front of where they keep the water spout or the drink spouts for the sodas.
Yep.
That's shoved into a jar of some sort.
But let it be known that they at least clean the countertop, because there's a bottle of cleaning spray right there.
Yeah. Welcome to the roast of Bobby Mackey's.
Now listen. We have our complaints about Bobby Mackey's as far as like, is it haunted? Is it whatever? Is it gross? All that stuff. Yeah. The lady who was there that gave us the tour was great. She gave us a tour of the building. Yes. She was fantastic. She let us have the whole thing all night. She didn't bother anybody. If we had questions, she would answer them. She also told us that the whole portal to hell thing in the basement is just a crock of bullshit. Yeah. So that's not just
honesty.
That's not just us. Even and I mean, and to the full credit, Bobby Mackey himself will tell you that this place is not haunted.
Yes.
He has gone on record and said that he does not think the bar is haunted. He says, like, more power to the people that think they do that it is, but it's not.
And like, could something be here? Potentially. Haley and I had a kind of strange encounter that we could not explain, that we will get to in a little bit. But to the extent of the portal to hell and all of the stories surrounding that, no.
Hey, let me see if I can actually show you all a picture of the portal to hell. Here. Where's it going? There's hell.
Oh, double click it and open it up.
I did.
Oh,
Did I work
you gotta change.
You have it open on. Yeah, it's not open on the screen you're showing.
If you guys hear anything that's not a ghost in the background, that is straight up Bernie and Emmett snoring.
I am just gonna send this to you on Facebook because I can't technology today.
It's okay. I go back to this so everybody's like, oh look, here we are.
I will give Bobby Mackey's credit. They themselves are like what's the best way to put it? Like, it's not like they're trying to like fool anybody.
No.
Or trick anybody. They are what they are, and they are straight up about what they are. I feel like it is Bobby Mackey's is overblown, especially in like the ghost hunting community.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
That's it.
That's portal to hell.
I'm sorry if you expected something different, something more, but it is a hole. Yeah, that's it.
Not even a deep hole.
No, that's the bottom. We are looking at the bottom.
No, that's not the bottom. That's the side. It goes underneath. It runs down, and it's a well.
Back under where you
it's taped
stand.
in.
Oh yeah, that's fair. It is taped in.
So.
Yeah. But yeah. So I mean, overall, like you all said, the lady who did our tour is very nice. Like, we didn't have any like issues while we were there. It's mostly like just nitpicky stuff. So
yeah, I definitely think. I think the problem is that we went in because if we've been to a place that we didn't even know was haunted and had a great time and had barely anything happen. Ross Opera House.
Yeah.
We had no expectations. We go into Bobby Mackey's, and I think that's the big thing is it's failure to meet expectations. We go into Bobby Mackey's with this hype that's like, oh man, we're going the portal of hell. It's like this big thing. Everyone's done it. It's so hyped up. It's got to be crazy. We're gonna have so much stuff happen, and there's not a whole lot to it.
Yeah.
So I feel like if we had went in with the same expectations as Ross, maybe might have had a different experience. It definitely wouldn't have changed our opinions on Jesus Christ. This place is a fire hazard and a safety hazard.
Yeah, that's a different story.
But paranormal wise, I definitely think like our expectations were really high, and it just didn't meet those expectations. Which is not to say that nothing's there, because we had some weird stuff like y'all said.
Yeah.
But I went through all the audio, got absolutely nothing.
Okay. I've got 4 videos total with some stuff. And one of
Go ahead, sorry.
I would say one of them's actually because the one that me and Abby got is like 7 minutes long in total, so we'll probably play a little bit of it and then put the rest of it on YouTube. And then same thing with Tom, your Gainesville experiment, because that one's really long too. But so yeah, we'll see.
Cool. Well, we can play whichever one you want to start with.
Cool. All right, so we will start with a tiny one, if I can get this to work.
Do you want me to come help you?
Maybe.
While we're getting that ready to play, I also feel like this credits what we find and what we want to present more, because of the sole fact that we're not willing, even though like Bobby Mackey's is like worldwide known and so hyped by paranormal investigators, and supposedly the home of the portal to hell, we are not willing to fake what we present just because somewhere is known for that.
Make sure it's showing good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that
Trying to get to the time.
when it comes to why we do this, is we're not ghost hunters. We're paranormal investigators. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. We're not out necessarily to like make this a big like publicity thing and like, you know, overproduce and overhype and pull similar things that other
we
groups
truly
do.
want to find stuff for ourselves and to try to prove that this stuff is real, but at the same time,
or not
yeah, or that it's not real, but we're not gonna make up something just because to have content, or to prove somewhere that has such a title for itself already, to keep that title. If we don't find anything, we don't find anything.
Ross Opera House. But guess what?
Yeah.
We really like the Ross Opera House.
Yeah.
We caught basically nothing. I would argue that we caught nothing. But it was a good time.
Yeah, that's fun. Okay, so in this clip, you're gonna want to look in this kind of black rectangle here. We had this was actually on the inside of the house that is downstairs in the basement, that existed before Bobby Mackey's or the slaughterhouse or anything was ever built around it. In theory, so behind this black rectangle, there is a hallway, and then there's also a couple other rooms on the other side, but nothing should have popped inside of the grid. There's only one dot that comes up, but it doesn't track down a lot of other dots. Like if you see like a bug or dust or something, it should track. Like you should be able to see it like fall or move however it's going to move. This is just a single pop out in the hallway. So, you all see it.
Is that you knocking?
If that was you, can you do it again?
Right over here. Y'all see it?
No.
No? Okay, hold on.
The guinea pig saw it.
Oh shit. So look, sorry, I thought it was in the center. Look kind of over this way.
Is that you knocking?
If that was you, can you do it again?
Right there.
Oh. Yeah.
That's weird.
Which again, not
Yeah.
very impressive, but nothing should have been there. So that was kind of weird. And it was after we had asked about the knocking. So
Also,
there was
wasn't
that
it
one.
in the window of the house in the basement? Wasn't there supposedly a quote unquote limper or something that would walk down that
Yeah.
hallway that window is supposed
Yeah.
to be going through while people are in the house?
But yeah, no, he, which a couple times I think too, listening back on it, we thought that we had heard something kind of walking out in the hallway, but we weren't able to really pick it up. But they do have a spirit or something that goes, because there's the house, a couple other rooms, a hallway, and then the old dressing rooms from when it was a nightclub. And apparently it walks up and down through that hallway. A lot of people either get EVPs with footsteps on them, or they'll get video with something kind of moving out in the hallway. So, but yeah, so that was our little baby grid pop. And then let me get the other one pulled up.
While that doesn't work. I forget why she's streaming. I was trying to flip it back
Can you
to
do
the
that?
camera while waiting. Oh my god, did you just comment maybe it was a gnome?
Could have been a gnome.
I'm not a goblin. I'm not a
My
gnome.
fucking, my
I'm a
god.
gnome.
Okay. Why is it not showing up?
This says you minimized your application. Sit tight.
Yep.
Technology's not our strong suit.
Feel like my help.
Nope.
Uh-oh. I can't help but notice I saw Haley talk and I heard no sound.
Oh no. Discode, no.
Maybe it was the gnomes. Gnomes keep fucking with Haley's Discord.
I guess so.
Bernie, come here. Come here. Entertain us while technical difficulties occur. Bernie, come here. Hello. It's a Baron.
Do you have the burn?
I do look at him. He says hi. Yeah. He also yawns.
He's so cute.
He is. He's like, why'd you pick me up? I was asleep. Because we have to show you off. We have to show you to the world. I mean, look at you. You're so small and you got those eyes.
Kind of gnome-like.
Kind of gnome-like. See, look, this is the gnome we're talking about. This was always the gnome.
The gnome.
He's not a gnome.
Oh my gosh.
He's not a gnome. He's a gnome.
Here it is. It's a canoe.
He's a good. Look at him.
He is not happy with me right now. He's like,
I know.
See?
I want you to subscribe, and 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 you. This is what performance looks like, ladies and gentlemen.
It says we switch pages. The first time. Ah.
Hallelujah. Holy shit. Okay.
Now we're cooking with gnomes.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt Gnome Chat.
Bernie was just advertising for his Gnomely fans.
Gnomely fans. Okay, so this video has a few of them. This is actually the big long video. I'm sorry, I messed that up. So one of the things that happened, whenever me and Abby were upstairs, we were actually sitting at the table that you can sit at where, was his name Carl, the guy that worked there?
Carl.
Yeah.
I think so.
Carl. So it's where Carl had his exorcism, which you can find on YouTube. We sat up there. We had a cat toy, like one of the light up cat balls. Whenever you touch it or whenever anything touches it, it basically lights up like it's a trigger object. So we had that sitting down at it's really long tables, which I've got a picture of the room too that we can put up at some point. But really long table. We put it at one end and then we sat at the other end with cameras. And then I think we also had like EVP going too. But we started, at first we didn't really get anything. And then we had started asking some questions. And it started lighting up for yes and no. One of the answers that we got yes to was this Johanna? So that's kind of what we started calling it. If you don't know a lot about the history of Bobby Mackey's or you haven't heard any of like the stories and legends and things like that, Johanna was one of the, she was a daughter, and she also danced at the club. She was the daughter of one of the owners at the time, whenever it was like a nightclub and they had some of the mafia activity. I can't remember what it was called at that point. But the rumor and kind of the legend is that she was pregnant. She had found this guy. They were going to run off together and get married. They were in love, blah, blah, blah. Her dad had him killed because he did not like him. And then she killed herself. I can't remember, was it on the property or off property? And I also don't remember either if this was like backed up with like substantial stuff. But a lot of people get Johanna in their EVPs and their videos, things like that. So anyway, this video is a little long, so I'll probably play a little bit of it. And then the rest of it will go on YouTube. So
it's not a table we're at. No, that was set to get off. Nope.
Barely touch it, it should come right on if you want to talk to us or let us know you're here or play a game.
No, so it's not a table we're at. No, that was set to get off. Nope.
What's your name? How old are you? Can you hit that ball again or turn on the flashlight if you want to talk to us?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. What's your favorite color on that ball?
Thank you for showing us that you're here with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I say, if you want to, we can try to do some yes and no questions where you touch the ball for yes and you don't for no. Can you touch the ball and make it go off if you understand that? Okay. Thank you. All right. Did you used to work here? Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Is your name Carl? Is your name Joanna? Okay. Nice to meet you. I'm Haley.
I'm Abby.
So it goes on for another couple minutes where we kind of get like intelligible answers to yes and no questions. Also, I realize now listening back on it, we had EVP going, so that's why we were asking sub questions that obviously it's not going to be able to answer with the ball.
But also, I think that helps because we were
Yeah.
not getting responses with the ball to non-yes and no questions.
Yeah.
We also sat there for an extensive amount of period in the beginning where we got absolutely nothing with it. And we actually, I think you can hear us in the video, we were like testing, like banging on the table and hitting the legs for the section of the table we were sitting at to see if it would affect it, and it did not.
Yeah. And we used that same because we kind of wondered too if maybe it was just the sensitivity of that one in particular. We tried to use it in other spots throughout the night and it never went off. There was another one that I have that went off on a pool table for a little bit, which I think that's in one of the videos too. But that one wasn't like overly sensitive. There wasn't like an issue or anything with it either. So it was pretty cool.
Well, cool. So
Yeah.
is that our update for is that all of our paranormal stuff that we have for the time being?
No, I've got two more.
Oh snap!
Oh shit. Okay. If I can get it to work.
I believe in you. If you can't, then I can just upload it to YouTube too. I can stitch it all together and make a Bobby Mackey compilation and make a Waverly
Bobby
compilation.
Mackey's supercut.
Bobby Mackey supercut.
There you go. Okay. So this one has a few things in it. In this one, we get a response on the spirit box at the very beginning. And then we get a couple of other things too. So I'll see if you all can figure those out. So did you all hear anything on that?
Play it one more time. Definitely a female voice.
And then there was something else, but I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it's like I couldn't make out what the second half of it was either, but I definitely heard the high. Okay. And then
Was it Joanna?
okay. So in this one, it kind of sounds like we get a response from one of the questions that we asked too.
Was it Joanna?
It was.
Y'all hear that one?
I definitely feel like I heard Joanna.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, thought that was a little creepy. Oh, let's see here.
Spirit box
And then-
answers are always so weird too.
I know.
But I can probably say with almost 99% certainty that the odds of hearing Johanna on the spirit box from just like radio broadcasts is probably real slim.
Yeah.
Which that'll tie into the last one too. And then the last thing I have on this one, whenever you are in the back part of Bobby Mackey's, there's the bowl and then the jukebox area. That's where we were sitting. Then there is the old, the place where the safe is, and then there's a door that leads upstairs to what was Carl's asbestos filled apartment. It sounds like that door is opening, which whenever we did go over there to look, it was kind of cracked open when it had been shut before because everyone had done their little tour up there. So let me skip to that.
Facebook.
Do you know the names of any of the other people here?
If you work here, what's your job? If that was you, can you do that again?
Doesn't sound like a chair anyway.
So it's kind of faint, and it's hard to hear whenever the audio is not really cranked up. But there's like that shaking noise that kind of sounds like something like a loose table going back and forth. Whenever we went over and tested that door after, it was kind of the same noise that it made whenever it rocked back and forth. So that was something. It was also kind of interesting, I thought, too, that after you'd asked if you had worked here, that the door kind of rattled because that was where Carl's apartment supposedly was.
And what's really weird too is that whole little like hallway there in that section where the door and everything is. When we were doing our tour with the guide, me and another person who was there with Josh and Tessa, his name's Tyrell, we were in the back of the tour group, and as she was explaining like about Carl's apartment and stuff, we started walking back to finish, like, to get our equipment and start investigating for the night. And behind me and Tyrell, in the same place where that door is, we thought we heard, like, a woman's voice. I don't remember, it's been so long now, what she actually said. But I do recall asking if anybody in the front of the group was, like, talking. Because we both heard it. But nobody was saying anything. So that's cool. That little hallway area is a tad creepy.
And then here is. Oh shit! I think the last one we might just have to throw on YouTube because it's not wanting to pull up.
Do we have the whole Gainesfield video?
Oh yeah,
We could just
So
throw
we
the
can
whole
just-
Gainesfield.
yeah.
That'll give us a good
So,
opportunity to kind of show people what it is anyway.
Do what you cut out.
I was gonna say that would give us an opportunity to show people like what the Gainesfield experiment is too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, but no, yeah, the last one we'll just put up on YouTube. So, but yeah,
Cool.
that is that's all I got.
Nice. So that was Waverly Hills and Bobby Mackey's. We've definitely done both, and I don't think we'll probably go back to either anytime soon. I think next soon. Waverly, I won't say never. We might go back to Waverly at some point, but Bobby Mackey's, I can probably say we probably won't be back for a bit, if not ever. But it was cool to get to investigate it. So, like, it's on. We've checked that off our paranormal bucket list. But now there's a whole world to explore.
All of West Virginia.
All of West Virginia. Literally the entirety of West Virginia. Let's go. Weird and wonderful. I'm all about it. The next place that we're going to go, I think we're doing Ross next, right?
I think that's what we agreed on.
do Ross next because it's close, it's convenient, and we can plan it out easier and knock out the new form of content that we can announce. And then after that, we'll see. But definitely, if you guys have any suggestions on places that you want us to go, whether Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, West Virginia, Virginia, heck, even Tennessee. The beautiful part about Louisville, it's basically 2 hours to anywhere, unless you're going deep into West Virginia.
Your audio
cutting out.
I'm cutting out. Oh no.
repeatedly.
Oh no. Hopefully it's not packet loss. But I think we're going to Ross on June 4th. So expect something after that.
I guess do we want to announce what that thing is?
I think we should. I think since this is this is basically our last live stream for a bit, if ever, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All the technical difficulties that have plagued us will now be for nothing.
Gone.
Well, do you guys want to tell them what it is? I'll let you guys do the honors. I've been talking a lot tonight.
Do we want to count down and say it at the same time or something?
Sure. We'll count it down.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3. We're doing a podcast.
Podcast.
Good job, Chris. Thanks for being involved.
He's like, it's a dying medium.
Dying medium.
That being said, we're not going to completely stray away from YouTube entirely. Live streaming is just, we found that podcasting might suit better since we can't do paranormal investigations as our full-time job yet. Because we have to do other things, a podcast is going to allow us more time and flexibility, and it's also going to help us be able to throw audio into the podcast so you can actually hear it instead of having to just go for 20 minutes while I talk about some whisper in the next room. But we could probably say within the first 2 weeks after Ross, we'll probably put out the first episode. And I'm going to try and work on a few little, not necessarily podcasts, but little bite-sized things to go in between. And that might be something that I post on Patreon too. I have this idea for a little series, like a small little like 10 to 15 minute segment called Paranormal Pit Stops, which are just kind of like tiny places we stop along other trips. Like when Haley and Chris went to Savannah, and maybe some of the cool and creepy stuff that they got to do down there. You guys did a bar crawl, right? Like a spooky bar crawl?
A haunted bar crawl.
Yeah, and we went to a haunted war fort too.
Nice.
And we did that in Alabama.
And the Great Face Museum.
Oh yeah, oh, that place is amazing.
See, and all those little things we can do in those little tiny little short segments, and they'll either be one, two, or all of us maybe talking about those things that we experienced while we were there, and doing those little things. Like Abby and I, on our way to Maryland this past weekend, stopped in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and then you heard us talk about it earlier. We stopped at Trans-Allegheny as well, so got a lot to talk about in the near future. And podcast content is probably going to be the easiest way for us to get that to you. So it's exciting. It'll be cool. I've never done a podcast ever. I don't know if any of us have, actually, or even sat down to actually record. I know we've tried to sit down and do these live streams and stuff, but it'll be interesting to do a non-visual medium.
Mm-hmm.
You totally, completely cut out.
Yeah.
Dang it. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
But picking up where Tom is cutting out, it'll be exciting and then, as you might notice, we have quite a few technical difficulties sometimes.
Quite a few.
And if it's not live, we can fix it.
Yeah.
So it'll be exciting.
Yeah, I think the content will end up better for you all, and then we'll still post like our video evidence and photos and stuff if we catch any of that. Video and photo will go on it'll probably go everywhere. So Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever, and then photos too. So you'll still get all of that, so don't worry about that. But hopefully this will be a better, less buggy way to get it out to you. So.
Mm-hmm. And then it'll allow us a little more flexibility in the types of content we can do too. Maybe we can do little like bios of like some of the places that we've been, so you guys get a little more of the background of the buildings. Maybe we can do like, there's an endless possibility of stuff that you can listen to while you're on the drive or while you're on the toilet. So
whatever you choose.
Whatever you choose, it is more flexible. But
you can let the world be your oyster.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by and watching. The engagement that we got tonight was fantastic, and it makes me happy that this is how we got to end the live streaming portion of the Spencer County Spooky Squad. But we're not going anywhere. You're still going to see our ugly mugs on all the other places, and you get to hear all of our fun voices and maybe mine. Maybe, if I don't cut in and out on there as well.
This will also allow Tom to get better audio quality.
I can guarantee that it probably won't.
Let's hope so.
But yeah, definitely check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the social media platforms. We don't have Twitter because who uses Twitter in 2022? Like, come on.
I do.
It was a joke. We all use Twitter except Chris.
Chris uses Twitter.
Do you use Twitter, Chris?
Yeah. How else do you think I vote for the MVP of the match in Lou City?
Okay.
Exactly.
Is that the only use that you have for Twitter?
Yes.
You got it. You strictly for Lou City.
I reactivated my Twitter for Lou City. That is correct.
I'm gonna out Tom. He uses it solely for hockey.
I do. I'm deep in Pred's Twitter.
So
down the rabbit hole I went.
Oh God.
But and then also we'll post some more news about our Patreon. But send us some ideas about what you guys would want as Patreon tiers and rewards. We're definitely open to anything because this is all new for us. But if you have any suggestions on places to go, just reach out. You can email us at SpencerCountySpookySquad@gmail.com. All of our social media and all that stuff where you can find us. If you hit us up on any of them, we're probably going to answer. There's 4 of us, and we all have access to everything. So if we don't answer you immediately, know that we will probably do it by the end of the day you message us.
You won't get Chris, but you'll get one of us 3.
I might check a social media.
If you ask for Chris, I will get you Chris.
We need Chris's tech. We need Chris's. Oh my God! See, this is another segment. It's all doing itself. Chris's tech corner. You can do little bite-sized informationals on our investigative equipment.
You can find that on TikTok.
Chris is gonna be
Chris
really.
up.
Chris is our TikTok guy. He's gonna do all the dances.
Oh my god.
All right, guys.
If you send us enough money, we'll put him in a Bucky's bathing suit and put him on TikTok.
If you wouldn't have time, I might be there anyways.
Oh man.
All right.
Love Bucky's.
Stay spooky.
Oh god. Oh god. So professional.
3 seconds.
We might not get sponsorship from Bobby Mackey's, but we might still get it from the Buckies.
God.
Opening day.
The Boosie.
Yeah.